So even though for me, One Thing is your monster single, my favorite album of yours is actually Because I Love It, which
That is so
please,
interesting.
please
I'm
explain to
so
me
that makes
why.
me feel really happy though.
Well, because it also happened to Khalees. Like Khalees' second album never came out in the United States. I had to go overseas to find Khalees's Kaleidoscope album.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
that's the
really?
same because I love it was all over
That's
Europe, but not in America. Like what what happened with the Because I Love It project in general that it didn't get any light whatsoever in the States?
What label was that? What was it because of label? Was that Columbia as well?
Colombia, yeah.
Okay, that's probably the last one. That's when I was really
Yes.
thinking of leaving the label. Because it's just like even when I wanted this single, it's like it was like so hard to move and like to do anything. And then we were gonna release it, and it was like, yeah, it's gonna come out in the States. And I was like, but why are they coming out at different times? We live in the internet era. Just it should be one date. I don't believe in this different dates for this and that. I have fans that are going to be like, "Hey, I didn't get the album, so what is a good reason for having them come out at different times?" Oh, well, we'll just do that. And I was like, I don't know. I'm feeling like that is just leaving it possible that it doesn't even have a US release. I wasn't really confident in them at this point regarding them following through. So I really that was just completely out of my hands regarding why and that album I'm really proud of that album. It's not
Yeah.
perfect, you know what I mean? I can definitely be critical of it,
I loved it.
but oh, thank you.
Like
Well, there's a
the
little things
shit
I'm like,
you
oh, I
did
should
with
do this, I should do that, I should do this, I should do that.
well, you work with it, the Buchanans, like the whole Make Me
oh,
Believe
the
thing.
cannons. Wow.
The
That
Buchanans are so great. I was
yes.
just asking after them actually.
I gotta go back to that
Matter
record.
of fact, we still when I heard that, we to this day do that flip whenever the Roots do the seed. Like I played the shit out of that song when it first came out, like DJing and whatnot. Um shit, you also work with uh uh from formerly of the youngsters,
Karan?
Karan Goodman.
Karan? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. They can
yeah.
really
Karan did he did some like it, I believe.
He
Um
did a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
he did some like it. Um you know, it's weird. I thought initially I thought,
it was most actually that was mostly me and Lenny did that one. Now that I'm
yeah, I
thinking
was gonna
about
say you and Lenny came like also
it.
with
Yeah.
Hate to Love You, which I thought was outstanding.
mm,
Thank you.
It
mm.
did
I loved Hate to Love You too. Who did that? That was
you did.
the
Well,
clutch.
one
No,
up
no, but
also.
we're also no, not the clutch. What's it? The
One up did it.
guys. One up. Yeah, one up.
Yeah, one up and
Yeah.
Lynn also. Um,
And
yeah, for
there's a lot
that,
of creating, like creating. I love to create tracks while we're creating the song. Like that way we can, you know what I mean? Like it's really like musicianship that way. It's not just like writing to a track. It's just something that's living and breathing.
like creatively, where are you? And by this point, where are you Rich creatively? Like, are you guys not working? Was
I
there
have
tension
to.
there? What
No, there's no tension, but I'll have to see what he's doing. We haven't spoken in a long time.
Oh,
So I know we're
as
going
of
to do
today.
something as of today.
Oh,
Um, as of today, we haven't spoken
because I could have
and
swore I
okay.
heard
in a
you say
long time.
something like it is a potential for something in the future with the two of you.
Always, there always is. I just have to literally be like, hey, what's going on? Because for a second he wasn't doing any music for a
Yeah, I was
second.
about to say,
Right.
is he
What is
actively
he?
still
Yeah.
working?
I don't know if he is now, but before he wasn't, and then he was again. So I'm thinking that he still is, but just cooking
What
What is
something.
state does he live in?
Organized.
He's such a mystery. What state does Richard Harrison live?
He
What?
I'm not gonna say because I don't know if he wants
I,
to
I
anyone to
I
know if
didn't
he's
say
in
city.
this.
Is he in? Okay, is he in
He's
this
in the state.
country? Okay,
I won't say I'm assuming he's still in the country
okay.
unless he's just visiting somewhere. But yeah, he lives in the
I hope he's
States.
still a DMVer, but I hope. But yeah,
It-
so what is the
Well, he
division of
wasn't, but
labor
he wasn't for
between you
them.
two? Like working in the studio. Do you work from soup to nuts together in terms of
That would have been the idea for this next time. If we do something together again,
Super
we'll be
drug.
doing it like that. Like because my fate, I don't know if that's like his zone though, but he's a musician, so I know he can. I just don't know if he's comfortable doing that. The favorite way I like to work is I'm at the mic and I got the musicians here. I did this session where I went in with a producer, and it was like, let's just play and let's just see what happens. Just
Mhm.
let's just feel it out. Got these vibes. And he was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna bring some. I'm gonna bring a guitarist in. I'm gonna bring in a couple pianists. Let's just do it. I'm like, okay. It was gonna just be really a meeting, and it's just like, let's just. But I always like to reserve room to play, just because you never know if what happens. And we were just like in there, and I just stand at the mic, and then it's like, give me a, something like this, get something deeper. Okay, add something in, like some piano now or something. Then I'll just give those general directions, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm specific where I'm literally like, do this. I'll be very specific, but
Right.
sometimes not. And then so the producer was also like getting them together while I was like, yeah, this feels like this. Give me a little something like that. And I turn off all the lights. So it's very dark. So kind of it's hard for people to work for a second. They only have the lights of the board and the stuff around them because it has to be like room dark for me.
Mhm.
So then I'm just like, I'll just start singing stuff, and I like do the lyrics as I'm just filling out the melody, and I'll just start saying stuff, but I'll just be like laying it out. And then it's like, oh, and now we're adding in building, and we built some songs like that. We had like 15 dope records just from that one evening. That's my favorite way to work. And then we can figure out what to take further. You know what I mean? And what musically what's going on, but we've got the feel of it, the sound of it. That's my favorite way to work. I don't like to get a track and be like, write something to the track.
Right. Something.
I,
Okay.
I don't, I don't, it's not my, I don't really like that because I feel already boxed in already. And
Wait. I
that's
uh,
not the melody that's in my head. It's in a whole different key and it's not that vibe.
so okay. I'm only laughing because I prefer to work the way that Rich does. Like I need silence and I need isolate. Because if I'm in front of somebody, I'll be less like will.
Mm.
Steve's my has been my engineer since uh
She
like
got your
97.
driver's license. Yeah.
Yeah, since
Mhm.
before I got my driver's license. Like Steve has engineered all the common stuff. He was there for all of the D'Angelo stuff, like all that stuff. So, I don't feel stupid or silly when I'm
Oh,
trying to
that's so
experiment
sweet.
that may or may not work,
Oh
but
yeah.
oftentimes I'll feel like if people are in the room, it's too much pressure.
Yeah, you
But
you
I
feel
also,
too afraid to mess up.
well, yeah, but then also like I'll be in a situation where um one particular artist uh wants to be there from the soup to nuts thing instead of like, here's what I prepared for you. And oftentimes I'll have to, I did this once to a client where I already had the song down, but I literally spent 5 hours acting like
Oh my gosh.
I did
Why
Jedi
do you
mind
put
trick.
yourself in these situations, Amir? You do this to
Mhm.
you know what? You're so not for confrontational. We need to talk about that.
No, I just got confident. I just learned the word no like 5 years ago. So no,
Oh my
I'm new
goodness.
now.
I
But
have to
yeah,
put that in a book or something.
I put on a
Mm-hmm.
whole horse and
Mm-hmm.
pony show and accidentally wound up into the idea that that
I can't I can't believe you did that, but from what you told me
You
last time we
can.
spoke, I
You can.
can. I
Yeah.
can't believe that you spent
Yeah.
5 hours
Yeah.
pretending that you were coming up with something because you're so sweet and you were
no, that was
non-confrontational.
old me. This was back in like 2014. No, now
It's
I
some gray.
am new in my communication shoes. Shut up, Lightyear. All right,
You
would you,
But
working on it. You
but
are
see,
in progress. He's in progress.
I can understand you needing that time because see,
Yeah.
even if I'm there, we're doing this thing. I have closed sessions. I don't like, people are in there
all
if they don't
right.
have to be in there because then it gets like uncomfortable and all that. So you want to be able to feel free to make mistakes. But also
I'm
like
very
now
sensitive
if I
with my
was writing a
creativity.
record,
Which
if I
is
was writing a record, huh?
Erica.
what?
Oh,
He just
Erica
remixed
might be close.
Erica. Yes, you're
Yeah,
sensitive
Erica
about
close.
your shit. I got you.
Oh
Yes.
No,
yeah.
I understand that you would want to finish your thought and be like, let me finish my thought,
Yeah.
like in peace. Because if I'm writing a song or something like that for someone else, or just even if I was just writing something for me, but the music was done. If there are other writers in the room, and usually there aren't, because I find it hard to work with other writers. No, because they never say what I would say.
So you
They
don't
never
like
say it
writing
the way I
camps or
would
any of
say
those
it.
things?
No, because they never say it. Then that's when I'm sorry, but that's when you come out with something like no, the chicks like this, and the chicks like me, see me walking in the room. And I'm like, that's not even me. I would never say that. And I would never feel like all these other girls are trash, but I'm so great.
You body roll again,
Hallelujah.
just to,
Yes.
When I'm
Wait,
walking in, better get your man
meanwhile,
today. I was like that. You get stuff like that.
but
And
meanwhile, Emery, it's funny as you say that. I'm curious what's moving you these days. I would never ask you the elementary question of like, what are you listening to?
books.
But what,
well,
what
let me say first, let me finish the other
okay, finish your
thing
thought.
and
I'm
say,
sorry. I
because
didn't mean
the
to.
other people I've worked with that did not, because they might be like, whoa, we worked together. I wasn't giving you stuff like that. So that's not, I was being facetious. That's not all that comes out of it. But I have to be particular with the writers I work with because they do have to know me and what I would say and how I would say it.
Yeah.
I'm also a writer, like a fiction writer, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
words are important. What I say and how I say it is really important. So yeah. But I've worked with really talented writers, and when we gel, and then I know like they'll, that's what's great about Rich too.
Was Rich a
Is for the
lyric
most
person
part,
or just a music person?
he could be with the lyrics too, but his stuff would, I think it's melody and feel and like the rhythm of the
Okay,
word. You know what I mean?
got it.